Today, let's talk about a popular GW-B5600 G-Shock solar wave scepter watch with Bluetooth function. Well, it was popular until Casio introduced one of these. But anyway, let's forget this and just focus on this watch alone. It's already been a year now since it was introduced into the market, and at this point I'm sure everyone who wants one should already get one, or at least knows what this watch are all about. It was retailed at 26,000 Japanese yen back in 2019, but today you could pick one up at around 130 bucks. That is the price I paid for mine. Granted, it is in used condition, but it is in great mint used condition with box and papers, and I think that is a good deal. But that is only if you buy them directly from Japan using buyee.jp. They are a proxy shopping service website based in Japan, and they are also a sponsor for today's video. Now, why would you buy this from Japan? Actually, this watch is so popular and there are so many of them in Japanese used market, and that's the reason why the price drops so low, and that is a good thing for those who live outside of Japan. Now we could buy this awesome premium quality G-Shock watch at a much cheaper price than it was before. Granted, that is only if you pick the blacked out version like this one, and if you pick up one with bracelet only. If you pick up the resin one, that shouldn't really matter. Let me tell you why. First, because in my opinion, this bracelet version will give you much more values in the long run. Say you find this bracelet aren't comfortable after you bought it, you could easily find a resin band like this as a replacement, which will cost you around 12 bucks to 20 bucks only. That is incredible cheap. They are so easy to get, and you could easily swap them and then you are good to go, which also gives you the best of both worlds. Now, if you pick up a resin watch band version, okay, and then you decided to find a bracelet band, you will be surprised of how hard it is to find a bracelet band like this. And even if you do find one, it's gonna be extremely expensive. Can you guess how much? If you check from Casio G-Shock Japan website, this bracelet band alone will cost you 16,000 if you were to buy one directly from Casio. If you live in the US, it will go around 140 bucks. Again, I paid 130 for the whole thing, so that's why I highly recommend you guys to pick one with bracelet. Even if you don't use this, you could keep it and use the resin band instead. You still get so much values out of this purchase. Okay, that's number one. Number two, let me tell you guys why this bracelet band is good aside from the price just now. It is on the construction. It is so lightweight, at the same time feel as tough as metal, that thanks to the constructions, the whole thing is just plastic, but Casio reinforced it with metal on the inside, and that gave it the strength. Note that that is only applicable for these links. This clasp is made out of metal iron plated to black to match with the whole things, and that is really cool. Even though this part is plastic, it looks like metal the way light shines on it. Especially this connector over here, it has bevel edges on all four sides, and that what gave it really cool look as light reflects on it. It looks really premium, and indeed feels premium. Now, speaking of which, the good thing about the bracelet is that it really feels like one of those premium G-Shock watch. I've mentioned this hundreds of times on the channel. I really like the bracelet band on this Golf Master of the G-Shock watch. And now you don't have to pay extra to get one of these. Okay, I have to point out, 100 bucks used market, 400 bucks used market. So you're getting 4 times cheaper price, and you'll still get the same quality. Let me give a quick example here. These are the links that I removed for my 15 centimeter circumference wrist size, and if you look closely, even though they have different design, different color, different shapes, but still they both have exactly similar constructions. They are all connected with spring bars, and their feels the same. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna end up liking this bracelet band on the Square G-Shock watch as much as I like the one on this Golf Master G-Shock. Again, you're getting a premium high-end quality G-Shock at a much cheaper price if you get the Square model. So get one of these. But is it really that perfect? Well, not really. There's one big problem that I find in this G-Shock watch, being the fit. Now, If you look at the size, the dimension, which I'll add down here, the lug to lug distance measuring here to here will be 48.9 millimeters, which is fair, right? But if you pick out the one with bracelet like this, it actually extends all the way out like that, making it 60 millimeter lug to lug distance, and that is really noticeable, especially if you have a skinny wrist. Of course, you could adjust the lengths to fit, but you cannot adjust the length of the watch, and that will look a bit odd on your wrist. I have a 15 centimeter circumference wrist, and I could already notice it already. And if you have a smaller wrist, you will notice the odd length of this watch on your wrist. But then again, you could always change back to resin band, and then you are good to go. That's just on the bracelet. Now I'm gonna talk about the movement just a little bit, because I'm sure you guys already know how it works and such, so I'm just not gonna bore you with all that. I'm just gonna talk about the main reason why you need Bluetooth in your G-Shock watch. First and foremost, for accurate timekeeping for every seconds, every single day, especially if you're like me, multi-band 6 radio signal can't reach to the place I'm living right now, so I cannot get a full use of the wave setter feature. So that's why Bluetooth is really important. Granted, if you're relying on Bluetooth, make sure the time on your phone is also accurate as well, because it will based on that. Number 2 is it has geotagging or point memory for you to register in a specific location. The watch will use the GPS on your phone and do all that. Number 3 is for basic watch setup. You could set this watch up all the way to the very detailed setting just directly from your phones, and that is really convenient. And I have to point out one other thing. This costs 26,000 Japanese yen, and I have another G-Shock which will cost you double the price of this square G-Shock, and I have another G-Shock which will cost you double the price of this G-Steel B200 series. Of course, they are all built with different constructions and have different functions, but they all three have Bluetooth in them for accurate timekeeping, meaning you don't have to pay extra for the Bluetooth feature. Just get one of these, you'll still receive the same value as you're getting a premium G-Shock watch like this, and then again, premium functions at a much cheaper price. Now, last but not least, I have to summarize with a few things. This watch has already been a year into the market, and if there are any issues, they're still pretty early for that. I'm talking about major issues. There are some connectivity issues to some phones and the way the phone was set up, but that was fixed with a few updates for the app. The watch itself as a standalone timepiece, it is impeccable. This is still one of the best G-Shock watch money could get. But it is not perfect. That is why Casio introduced the GW-B5600, the all metal version. Still, if you're low on the budget, this is still great.